up? Welcome back. Crown and Stitch podcast, the official Fitted Hats podcast that you need in your life. We are back. Got my guys, Keith and Dexter. My name's Nick. It's been a minute. We needed to take a little break. Life happens, you know. It's all good, though. We're back. We've been chopping it up for a little bit before the show. And I don't know. Frankly, we got some trash to talk today because being some Bay Area sports fans, there's a little bit of, I don't know. I don't want to say like there's a little bit of bubbly emotion under the surface around here right now. So before we get into that, though, what's good, fellas? How you been?
Man, feels good to be back from the hiatus. I feel like we've said that a bunch of times, but you know, after the little break and stuff like that, ready to hop back in the saddle and get back to it.
Nah, he's yeah. Like we did need a break. Like people don't like we should like how the IRS audits you and they want your receipts. Like maybe we should give the receipts to people because we've been talking about this like the whole time we've been gone. It's like, but just shit pops off. Like I've took 3 work trips, like, and you know usually we record on Tuesdays. That was like our sweet spot, and then it just wasn't sweet no more. So it kind of just threw things off. But you know we're back, and hopefully we're here for the long run. Yeah, fuck the A's.
All right.
I dropped that bomb on them.
Yeah. I mean, I just can't believe how like Oakland sports just gets shit on all the time. I just don't understand it. Look, I kind of understand the argument for the Warriors moving back to the city, building a new arena. I kind of understand that. I still think it's fucked up.
Nope.
But
they're
like,
dead to me.
I mean, well, okay, maybe we need to just back up a little bit before we get too angry. Let's talk about the Kings because, you know, I know I don't want to put Keith on the spot, but Dexter and we got a 2-on-1 here with the Kings lighting the beam. I got like purple in the background. I'm trying to throw hints and, you know, stick to the script, but
hey, no, he's guilty by association. You are now a beam lighter.
It was a good season.
I'm about to get you a custom Keith the Sneak sack jersey. It's coming fall 2023.
You know what? I do have one Kings jerseys. I got the white chocolate.
Well, you gave me one.
Nice.
Yeah, that was that the one I gave you. I had since about middle school, but
Yeah,
I'm not
gave me that Chris Webber thing.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm not a Kings hater. You know, I am a Warriors fan, but yeah, no, it was cool to see you guys do what you did this year. You know, it felt good to have the buzz back in Sacramento. I remember watching, you know, the playoff games against the Lakers and stuff when I was a little kid, and it definitely has a different energy. You know, it was fun to watch. You guys played great. You know, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit scared for a little bit. Just
yeah, man. I also think that like the one thing that when you think of like not even Bay Area, because the Kings, you know, Sacramento is technically not in the Bay, right? I know people will argue that, but
it's not.
Yeah, it's all connected by water. You could take a big ass boat anywhere. You could drop your shipment off from China in Sacramento if you want. But let's just be real. Sacramento is just a little bit too far into the valley, and I'm from Sacramento, but like it's just a little too far into the valley to be considered the Bay Area, right? Like I wouldn't consider Stockton a part of the Bay Area, but like, yo, Stockton Port is massive.
Like you said, you can still get a boat to all these places. They're all water bound.
But I think the thing that makes like Northern California sports really special is like as much as we hate on each other when we play each other, like I love watching the Kings and the Warriors play. Even when both teams are shit, it's still amazing. Same thing with the A's and the Giants. And it's like a mutual respect, right? Like I think most people in the Bay support all the teams if they're not playing their team. Like if I'm a Giants fan, I want the A's to win. I want the A's to win every game they don't play against the Giants, basically, right? You know, like that's the way I think about it.
Because
but it seems like a lot of people think about it that way, which is what I love about like sports around here.
Yeah, there's just plenty of people out here who just, you know, they just wake up and choose chaos, you know.
I will say the one exception to that might be like the whole Niners Raiders thing, but
True.
I mean the Raiders aren't even really in the Bay no more, so it's like
Not really.
people
They're
kind of got to let
gone.
that one
They
go.
are.
They're way gone,
Yeah.
They out.
like the A's are about to be.
I know. Go ahead, Keith. I mean, Nick, or one of y'all set that shit up. Cause somebody set it
I
up so I
did.
can knock it down.
I said-
I'm over here in the corner. I'm Tyson. I'm ready to.
Look, man. Okay, so I'm gonna just jump into my new pickup because I've been on a little bit of a bender while we were off because I don't know if you guys get those text messages from Hat Heaven or those emails from Hat Club, but there are a lot of hats on sale. There are way too many on the market right now. That means $20 pickups for me all day with a size 8. So I've been on an A's like A's bender.
Okay.
The 50-year patch, the gray underbill. I mean, it's black guts. I know Dexter prefers the white guts, but like,
I prefer, but you know,
I feel like I have to buy this now because fucking John Fisher and the rest of the A's. I'm gonna put a little caveat there. I think Billy Beane is like I haven't heard a thing from him in a long time.
Nope.
And I think it's very specific that he wants to stay out of this because he doesn't agree with what's happening or he just doesn't want the drama. But I just want to support like the Oakland A's before they go away because it's bullshit. You know, it's kind of like the Raiders, right? Like I have a bunch of Oakland Raiders stuff. I'm not a Raiders fan. I'm a Niners fan, but like I'm not going to buy Vegas Raiders stuff. I'm not going to buy LA Raiders stuff. Like I just support because it's it's a part of the local sports vibe, you know? But yeah, man, it sucks. Like I don't understand how we're still doing this shit. You know, like we see this all the time and maybe it's, you know, just Northern California teams in general, right? Like we went through this with the Kings, 6 years ago, right? Where it's, you know, hey, we're going to move the team. Like we're looking at moving the team to Vegas. We're potentially getting sold to the, you know, Sonic's former owners or, you know, owners group. And I just don't understand. Like I understand why people don't go to A's games the way they do go to a Giants game. There's something very special about the new ballparks, right? And Oakland has had that old Coliseum for a very long time. The same way that SAC had the old Arco Arena, old Sleep Train. Like we talked about it in a previous episode. The NCAA tournament, one of the biggest revenue streams for any major sporting venue in the country, the NCAA basketball tournament stopped coming to Sacramento in the early 2000s because they basically said this old ass stadium is not good enough for our fans. That same shit has been happening to Oakland for years. Mm-hmm. And I don't understand how either the city doesn't just like step up and keep the team there. There's been so many great plans. I think we even looked at some of them on one of the episodes, or we at least talked about it because it's like waterfront ballpark. Are you kidding me? Like looking across the bay, it's like that just elevates the rivalry too. Like it makes fans passionate and makes them want to come out and support. And you know, you'd be going to more games over there, both directions, right? And I just don't get it. Like, it just seems like I feel like the A's owner, John Fisher, you know, like, I don't know. I don't even feel like he's a baseball fan, to be honest. I don't know him personally, obviously, but like he inherited a bunch of money because his parents started Gap, and that's a Bay Area company. So he's been here all of his life. He's, I would say, very far removed from like any of the culture of the Bay Area, with the exception of the fact that he went to Stanford because he had the opportunity to. But like it just sucks because like this guy obviously doesn't care the you know, like all the stuff that I've been hearing. And I don't know if you guys follow what's his name, Brody, the CSN dude that does the A's stuff.
Fuck, what's his name? Yeah. I follow him and I appreciate him. What's his name?
He does some is it not Brazil? Yeah.
Brody Brazil.
Brody Brazil, yeah. He does some great stuff on his YouTube channel.
Shout out to you, sir. Shout out to you.
Definitely. Like I think like he is like the closest to the situation that is still coming from a very fan's point of view and perspective.
He's a real fan who just happens to have this job. So he has to he has to toe that line, but at the same time, he does not soften up on his stance that this is fucking bullshit.
Yep, exactly. And it's just a shitty situation, and I don't know the solution to it, but it's like it sucks too because like I don't even want to buy A's things and have that money even trickle down to the owners of the team, right? But also, if if the worst case scenario happens and the A's move to Vegas, I'd rather have this like kind of like, hey, you know, I don't give a shit about Vegas. Like it's all about Oakland and the team being there. Because I mean, like you guys know my buddy Aaron. Like he's been a fan for a long time. I forget when we were there, but like I mean, multiple seasons in the mid 2000s when the A's were in the playoffs, we were at the game, sitting out there in the outfield, screaming our heads off, for the team because it's like, yo, this is the part of the community, right? Like I think the thing that this area does really well is supports the local teams and the local businesses, and it feels so fucked up that like we're still dealing with this like potential move, even though it seems like it really blindsided a lot of people this time around.
Yeah. And one of the worst parts to me is like it's happened to one of the most like loyal, passionate fan bases in the country. Like I don't know, could you imagine this happening to like a team in like Boston or Pittsburgh or like, Dallas, like for the Cowboys, like anywhere else, I feel like there'd be fucking like riots or something, you know what I mean? And it's like he's not a baseball fan. It's like he's a fan of money. And because of the fact that, I mean, they share all the revenue from even away games and stuff, he's going to be able, as long as you don't spend money on your roster, and you're going to make money no matter what, even if your stadium is not full. Like I looked up the A's record the other day and I had no idea they were that bad. They're like
They're
11,
historically terrible.
dude,
Yeah.
their run differential was like negative 169, and we're not even halfway through the year. Like it triples any other team as far as like the run differential, how bad they've been. And it's just like, it's sad, man. Because like, to be honest, I've been to almost just as many A's games as Giants games. It was literally 15-minute drive from my house to get to the Coliseum. And, growing up in the East Bay, I had a lot of friends that were A's fans. So it's like, hey, you want to go to the game and spend $5 sitting in the bleachers on a weekday? And I'd be there all the time. So it's like, it sucks to see that many people that care about the A's. And even for myself, like, I don't want to see a move. And it's, it happens again and again to these Oakland teams. And it's like, you guys are really screwing over one of the best fan bases in the country.
Like you're talking about fan bases, like Oakland sports has, I mean, historically, you could argue they have three of the best fan bases. Like Raiders, you can say they supersede the Cowboys. Like the Cowboys, that's a lot of bandwagon shit. Like Raiders fans saw their team leave to LA and then come back, and they still embrace them.
Yep.
Warriors fans, we believe those years. Yeah. Roracle those years. I understand why the Warriors went to San Francisco because they bought themselves a stadium.
Yeah.
They had no city help.
So they can have Beyonce come by and Dave Chappelle, and they make all the revenue. That's what the Giants did. They built themselves a ballpark, right? So the Raiders, who have a historically broke ass owner, and then the A's, they don't have a broke owner. He's just a cheap owner. He's a piece of shit. Like I saw something on Twitter earlier today. It said it's the fourth time that they've seen John Fisher in public since he owned the team over a decade ago. The fourth time in public with like A's situations. Because he knows, hold on, Vegas might give me some money. Like, he doesn't give a fuck about the team. He doesn't give a fuck about Oakland. He doesn't give a fuck about anything. It's all about money. If anything, the MLB should be forcing him. Obviously, this will set an insane precedent, but they should try to do whatever they can to force him to sell the team because he has no interest in baseball. His only interest is in making himself money, which is counterproductive for Major League Baseball. It's terrible. And when I first saw the notification that they had reached an agreement with the city and county or city of Las Vegas, county of whatever the fuck, Henderson, I don't know, to build a ballpark, and they were just waiting for approval. And then immediately the new Oakland mayor was like, all right, we're out. fuck y'all. Like, we're done with you. We're out.
Yeah.
I text Benjamin from Hack Club. I say, yo, talk me off a ledge. Cause I swear to God, I'm gonna burn every A's hat I have. Like, I have probably 30 A's hats. I probably have
Yeah.
70 Giants hats. Like, I wanted to literally burn every single one. I was like, how, like, if you go to Vegas after you've done this, like, there's no way I ever can wear this green again. This Kelly green is dead to me.
So I'm gonna play devil's advocate here a little bit. One, like I 100% agree. I think that, like you said, this is historical lows, right? They are fielding a team that is not. This is not a shot at any of the players because, like, how do you play in an environment like that to begin with, and work for a
Exactly.
company like that to begin with? But like they're fielding a team that is a minor league level team, in my opinion, this year, and that's intentional, right? Like they're tanking. You know, there's rules against tanking for the draft in a lot of sports, right? There's a lot of situations where people try to take advantage of that situation. But in order to move a team, in my opinion, that's completely different. Now, the one reason why I wanted to talk about like the Oakland stuff that I've been picking up, I'm probably a little bit behind you. I think I have about 20 Oakland hats, but I think that I don't think that the league will ever force a new ownership. Like it would take some really fucked up shit. We've seen it
Yeah.
before, right? Clippers.
Well, it was seen in
You know,
basketball, but you had
yeah,
to be like severely racist to.
yeah. And, you know, I don't want to throw that at anybody, but you know, you call a spade, right? You could look up his history. Um,
Yeah.
so I think that what should happen is not that the team is forced to new ownership, but the league acknowledges the value of Oakland and the fan base in Oakland, and then the A's become the Oakland A's again. They can take the A's to Vegas and become the, you know, I don't know, whatever it is, whatever that team is, right?
You're
Like
saying they
it can
can
become
they can pull a Supersonics on them.
exactly right because
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like the Sonics is the example I was going to give because we know that team it is nothing against the Vegas fans. Vegas fans are great. Like look at the Raiders, man. Like the Raiders fans out there have been showing out. Same thing happened with OKC and the Sonics.
Golden
Moved to
Knights.
OKC, Oklahoma City, like during those first years was on fire. Like, I mean, like showing out like the way I would expect Sacramento fans to show out, right? Like they were dedicated to that franchise and they still are, right? Even though the team has been, you know, going
You
through
talking
ups and
about the
downs
Thunder
since
or the Hornets?
the Thunder,
Well, they
the
showed
Thunder.
up with the Hornets first. Remember?
Well, yeah,
That's
yeah.
what was like. Oh, I guess we can bring them a team here because when they had
But
the
that's what
Hornets
I'm
there for
saying.
like
Like,
that year and a half, it was like, oh damn, we're selling out every game.
right. But like the fan base in Seattle, the moment you put a team back there, it's going to be called the Sonics. It's
Yes.
going to be on level.
It has to be.
Seattle is 5 times as big as what it was when the Sonics were playing. So like, it just needs to happen for the NBA to put a team in Seattle. Like it should have happened years ago, in my opinion. But I think with Oakland, that's the real way that you find a solution that one doesn't set a precedent, right? Like there is some like you could see how it could get real crazy real quick if the league was like, no, you can't own a team, right? There would be it would get locked up in courts for years. That would just be bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. But I think like if they let the team go and a new owner comes in, there's plenty of people in the Bay Area with lots of money that would want to have a baseball team. There's plenty of opportunity to create another baseball franchise in the Bay Area, professional level franchise. Obviously, there's a lot of minor league teams around the Bay too, but like to me, that's the solution. And maybe we have like a little bit of a gap between like the expansion of Major League Baseball, but like I think that's like a more viable solution. And also it's just like it doesn't get us into, you know, sticky situation down the road where the league is a little too overbearing. Cause I think the other part of that is like, if the league becomes more hands-on with that type of stuff, it takes away from the game. And the game right now, even though like this season has been pretty exciting from a fan's point of view, in my opinion, the changes and the rules and all that stuff, you know, it's still like we're still on that like tipping point of like, is this going to work for like the legacy fan base versus the people that like are new and want to see that short, excitement and quick hits of energy that you get from maybe other sports. So I don't know. Basically, John Fisher can, jump off a cliff, and hopefully Oakland ends up with a team one way or another and a new stadium because, man, it's just such a great place.
It's like
I'm just hoping something.
right? Like,
I'm hoping that something comes out in like the very near future that's so bad it's like Donald Sterling level that they make him sell it because like it makes no fucking sense, dude. Like they have like teams now, owners, they buy their own stadiums or ballparks or arenas, like I said with the Warriors, because you make so much profit. You don't have to give any to the city or the county. It's all you. It's all profit.
Yep.
And he has the money to do that. He's a fucking billionaire. He could do this if he wanted to, but he's a cheap fuck. It was one thing when Mark Davis did.
Like, I mean, wouldn't the return be more to like if he just did kick out the money, buy a new stadium, keep it in Oakland, all that stuff? Like, you're gonna see the return no matter what. It's not like, oh, am I gonna make this money back or not? Like, yeah, you might have to play the waiting game a little bit. It might take you, 5, 10, 15, 20 years until you start seeing the return. But once it starts rolling in, once it's all paid off and everything, like you're going to be making money like hand over fist at that point.
He's making money. Like, he'd be making money, period. Like, think about the concerts that they have at the Oakland Arena. Like, people are like, oh, is Lil Wayne going to be at the Warfield? Like, no, he's at the Oakland. I have no idea what they call it anymore, but it's the Coliseum.
Yeah.
They still have 17,000 people there. If he wants to fucking destroy that thing, the city of Oakland will say, go ahead, destroy it and build another one.
Yeah, they're not going to, if it's coming out of his pocket, they're not going to worry about it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like if you look at like the, the best example would be like the Giants, right? Like I just actually heard this the other day. Like Mark Cuban bought the Mavericks for $350 million, whenever that was back in the late 90s. The team's worth something like 2.8 billion now.
Mm-hmm.
And same thing happened with the Giants, right? The Giants are last year, the Giants were valued at like 3.7 billion. That's because of all the revenue that comes from the stadium. Like they're taxing you on everything, right? Like it's all going into the team, where like, even if you wanted to split it with like, obviously there's a lot of other pieces that go into building a stadium. Even if the team comes up and says, hey, we're going to pay for this, there's a lot of things that need to happen for that to work. But if you just consider like the value of the Giants, and yes, obviously the Giants won a few championships and, we're lucky to have lived through that. But like the team itself was not like, you wouldn't have expected it to be the second most profitable team in the league last year based on the team that they had. And to me, that's like proof that if you invest the time and energy and money into a team in the Bay Area, it's going to pay off, right? Like there's so many, like obviously I would love to see it be in Oakland. Like I think another waterfront ballpark in the Bay would be just phenomenal. I would go to as many games as I could. It's the same thing as AT&T, Pac Bell, whatever we're calling the stadium, right? Like we're going to go because it's like such a great experience. It's beautiful. It's teams that we want to watch. It's the whole experience of going to a game is so much more than the game. And as somebody who loves the game itself, throw some garlic fries in there, give me an anchor steam, bro. Like this is like where it's at. Like what else do we want to spend our time doing? Like that's it, like, and I think the A's could be doing the same thing with a little bit of investment. And like, it's just like, obviously as a fan, it seems asinine that like this guy is still doing the same thing because it's just been repeated. Like we've gone through this so many times with the A's that I can't even count how many times it's been like, oh, new stadium's going to get built. Nope. Oh, we're going to do this. Nope. Oh, we're going to improve this.
Oh, we're going to Fremont. Nope.
Yeah.
San Jose. Yeah. They've been down the list of cities where they're going to move in.
The Giants
you know,
will let
new
him go to
stadiums.
San Jose, and
Okay.
now I see why.
Yeah, because
They're like, we're
the
not
Giants,
getting into
they own that
cahoots with that
territory,
fucking
right?
dude. No. Yeah.
The Giants own the
Yeah.
territory in San Jose too, right? Like no team, like you would have to go through the Giants if you want something.
You had to get
built over
permission.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, right now, yeah. But I mean, that's stuff that can change pretty easily, right? Like, you know, the River Cats were the A's affiliate before they became the Giants affiliate. Like those things shift around with the minors, and I think that I would bet that that the Giants ownership even sees the value in having the A's, right? Like there's just so much value in having.
Yeah.
I mean, and maybe it's just a generational thing, but like there's no bigger sporting event, you know, outside of maybe me being at, you know, the games against the Lakers and the Kings against the Lakers back in the day in the early 2000s. But like there's still nothing bigger than the Battle of the Bay, right? Like we wear hats with side patches on it celebrating that series specifically. Like it's like such a big piece of the story of baseball.
That's
Yeah,
right.
exactly, you know?
Rep that
And
thing.
I think that's like, look, you could go to Giants games or A's games and you'll inevitably see people wearing those split hats with like the Giants on one side, the A's on the other. Never will you see that in other places to the extent that you would see it in the Bay Area. And it's because of the way the fan base supports. And it's almost like it sounds crazy, but it's almost like hip hop, man. Like you like we listen to people that like have not been famous on any level outside of the Bay Area, but we've been listening to these people for years because they're from around here. And like that local support is like, to me, like I don't know that you can get it anywhere else. Like, yeah, you can find like local support in like a very specific city, right? But like if you go to New York, Mets fans hate Yankees fans. Yankees fans hate Mets fans. You know, they get in
But they
fights on the subway,
they would
you
be
know?
miserable without each other.
Well,
for
yeah,
sure.
of course. It's kind of like Giants
And
fans
that's what how it would
like
be.
Dodgers fans, right?
Well, I'm saying, no, that's how A's fans and Giants fans would be. They don't hate each other at the same place, but like, dude, like Giants fans, like if the A's left, it would be terrible, and vice versa. Like,
Yeah.
it's dope to have a counterpart so close, because even if you don't like the other team, if the other one's out of town, 15 minutes, baby.
Yep.
It's like if you got an annoying little brother, like you don't want to see him move out of the house.
Yeah. Yep.
Exactly.
Bart, and you're there. Shout out to Bart. If you want to sponsor the pod, give us a shout.
Bart ain't sponsoring themselves. They for sure ain't sponsoring us.
They've been struggling lately. All right. Well,
man.
I realized that I jumped into my new pickup there. So let's see what you guys got to share with the people.
Go ahead.
What's your new
Dex. What you
pickup?
got?
Oh, that's right. Okay. All right. This is something I've been waiting for a long time for. Actually, when I ordered this, it got sent to my mom's address for some random reason. So, and it was there for a month. So this has been sitting around for a minute. But I love this fucking hat. It is the little teddy bear, Teddy Ruxpin Giants hat club hat with the little patch,
Nice.
the little flannel Pendleton on the back with the
I
little.
didn't even know I had that.
It doesn't have the hat club pin. It just has a little button right there, a little buddy right there. White guts, yes. Okay, this is Bangladesh, baby, my man. Bangladesh. I feel like all the corduroys come from Bangladesh. So
I think that's where corduroy originated from.
I'm gonna Wikipedia that when you show this. I'm gonna look it
Yeah.
up. Go ahead, you pull yours out.
So it was a couple
Corduroy.
weeks back, and I hadn't had a new pickup in a while, and it was my girlfriend's dad's birthday, so I drove out to the boonies, did the whole birthday
What's the boonies?
thing in El Dorado Hills.
Oh,
the fuck is that at?
Yeah,
it's up above Sacramento.
yeah,
Oh shit. Okay.
yeah. It's way up there. It's hot as shit, and not a whole lot going on. I mean, it's populated, but it's not the Bay Area. But while I was there, this is the first time I've been up there. I looked in her old room and stuff, and she has a pretty nice collection herself, and she has some hats that are a little bit too big for her, and she doesn't wear them anyway. So I said, let me take a little shopping spree. So
very
I'm gonna
nice.
have to permanently borrow. I permanently borrowed maybe about 10 or 12 of them, so I'm gonna roll them out slowly. But
Yes.
one of the ones I grabbed this
Ooh.
Birmingham
Oh
Barons.
man, that is dope.
Yeah, where's the patch at?
That's
20-year
nice.
patch, and it has like a
White guts?
like a lavender white guts. It's like a lavender underbrim, and even like around the logo and stuff, there's like it's all like outlined in like a lavender purple.
That's super
And
nice.
This is also made in. Oh no, it's made in China. I thought this was a Bangladesh one, but yeah, still got the white guts for you though, Dex.
Oh man. Ooh.
I think that was a Sports World one. I'm pretty sure that was a Sports World.
That's super dope. Yeah, mine was my Oakland hat was made in China and a hat club. Actually, it's got the they must have pulled it from a store because
Oh shit.
it's got the 24.98 sticker on it.
Hey, have you
It
guys
looks
been to
hella
a Liz
OG.
lately, or like any stores like in the mall, any hat stores? There's
I
haven't
crazy
for a
stuff
while.
sitting right now. Like I walked in
Yeah.
and they got corduroys on sale. They had like bisons just sitting there for like $25. It wasn't my size, but it's like I would highly suggest walking into your local Liz and just seeing what they got because
Well, I would
shocked, like-
highly suggest everyone go to their local lids or anywhere else and 758. My birthday's coming up June 11th, so
Oh, that's right.
rain
Giants
down
game
and
round
on
two?
rain it down. Yeah, what's happening? You ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Are they in town?
Let's do it. That's a good question.
Yeah, that's the first question we should be asking.
July 3rd, though, we're going to go to the Giants game. Bobby's coming down from Seattle, so
I was planning on
all
trying
right.
to make that happen. I do want to
If
go.
we can make it, yeah.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna jump in. I got two new pickups they are not quite the perfect match, but they are my kicks and fit for the episode. So the good folks at Reebok. Ooh, my bad. Sorry, that's going to be loud. The good folks at Reebok sent me they sent these a while back.
Dr. J's?
These are the Dr. J
Damn.
Iversons Reebok questions.
Oh,
All white. It's perfect summer shoe, right?
Bruh.
All right.
Oh my god.
And then this is not quite the right colors, but it's so close.
I don't care.
This
It
is
looks
the
like it from here.
the Monaco hat club collection. Giants.
Oh my god.
The 84 patch on the side, the satin like. red
Are you worried he's on the
balloon
July
logo.
3rd situation?
I think so, man, because this is like summer, man.
God.
Right? Like yeah. So
That
shout out
undervisor's
to
crazy.
yeah.
Also,
Shout out to Reebok for sending these and hat
Giants
club for the
are in town
24
for my birthday.
pickup.
Cubs.
Okay.
Cubs.
The 11th, huh?
Hmm.
Cubs.
Hmm.
All right.
You said
They're
that
in
was
town for just
$24.99 too,
3
that,
days.
that Monaco one?
Yep.
Damn.
Really? Oh, you lucky.
Yeah. It was either $24.99 or it was on their $30.
Oh, when they were doing all the different collections?
Yeah. But either way, too good
All right.
for me to pass up. Too good of
Keith?
colors.
You're next.
All right. I know I pulled this hat out at least a couple times before, but it's more about the kicks with this one. This is the Boston Red Sox, the color pop. But the sneakers are actually from someone in the Discord sent these to me with the
Ooh.
Monarchs.
All right. Wow.
Holy
figured
shit.
I
You
figured
got them
summer's
OG, you
coming
got them
up.
daddy kicks on you.
Oh man, these are the barbecue shoes right here. So I was like, man, what can I pull out? I haven't bought many kicks lately, and I was like, damn, I think I got a pair that I for sure have never showed off on camera before.
Definitely not.
Yeah, I rock them.
Have you
too,
worn
so
those?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah.
I wore them in the
Oh,
backyard,
man.
running around with my daughter, and at first I threw them on as like a joke to go outside and barbecue and stuff. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna wear them with the high socks on and some shorts,
Yeah.
white beater, and but they did kind of grow on me. They're actually not bad. They're comfortable.
You ever take your daughter to like the playground and you get into that situation where you get that Spider-Man meme going with another dad with the monarchs on?
Not yet. Not yet. I think I'm only going to wear those to the park now because I always try to find some beaters and I'm like, man, I ain't wearing those. So I
Oh,
think
that's a
this is gonna be park
Spider-Man
shoes.
though.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to bust
I
those out
see
the
with the
park next time.
monarchs. Yeah. I'm monarching over here. That's hella funny.
I need to get
All
the
right.
classic white and blues too.
So, as the biggest Penny Hardaway fan in the history of histories, I got my first pair of Penny ones recently because,
Ooh.
well, I mean, I don't know if y'all remember, he's come up with like 2 or 3 random ass shoes every year. So the first ones I saw, I was getting them. So I got these right here,
Nice.
all black Penny ones, and I was trying to figure out what hat to go with it, and I was like, you know what? It's got the blue, different. I was like, ugly ass Detroit Tiger hat, fuck it.
I forgot about that one. That's such a good hat.
Yeah, that guy. So, yeah, maybe I'll wear it tomorrow.
Nice.
Gotta do it.
But also, like, I swear to God, like this shoe is so underrated. Oh my God.
I've been trying to find like the like other Orlando one with the white. I like the all white ones too, but like I really want that like one that's like black with the white stripe, the blue swoosh on it.
Like the original Orlando ones.
Yep, that colorway is so dope to me. Like I had a pair way back in the day, but that Air Max bubble doesn't last very long when you actually wear it, and then years later it's like starting to crumble, but bags popped basically all flat.
This is the only pair I never had. I have the two. I had both pairs of I had the original, like the home and away 2s. I had the 3s, the 4s, and then all the subsequent like I'm retired Penny colorways. Then I had the Air Air One flights or Air Flight ones.
Oh, flight ones, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I had those.
Did you have like the half cents?
I had the
and
foam
like
posits. I had the half cents. I had the Zoom rookies. Like all of them.
Rookies.
I just never had these fuckers. And oh my God, I'm so mad. Like, you ever just go to sleep with shoes?
When the Penny ones dropped again recently, like they were reselling.
Get out of here, girl! I'm cuddling with my.
They were like $350.
Yeah, they were like they sold out the first like when they first came back out again, and then they started showing up here and there, and like especially that all white pair, right? Because that was one of the ones that had never been retroed, so it was like a big deal that it came back out. I tried to get every one of those on the sneakers app and didn't hit on any of them, but
same.
It sucks because by the time I go find them at another place, like there's not a whole lot of size 13s. I think like I was just talking to the guys about this. I think like the worst size for like old school basketball shoes is like 12 and 13.
Yeah.
Because everybody that's like old enough wants all that old retro basketball stuff, and you can just never find those sizes. If you hit on the sneakers app or wherever you're trying to cop it from, but it seems like those sizes disappear so quick,
instantly.
And then and like
all that old retro basketball stuff.
Yeah, and like I want those pennies, but I'm not trying to spend like $250 or $300 on a pair of.
It's not a $300 shoe. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I don't know.
It was $129 back in the day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Hey, so when everybody like talk shit, like they got the shoes. I'm like, oh well, I missed y'all. I just go.
Yeah. Yep. That's. Oh man!
I got
for those that are only listening, he just pulled out the shattered backboard ones. So that's.
I keep them right under my desk, so I can just pick them up and go. This is why I do this shit.
Oh man! Hey, well, it's been fun getting back into the swing of things with you guys. I miss talking to you about all this stuff, so I'm glad we're back at it. Hopefully, we can keep it going, keep the momentum going.
Ain't no hope,
enjoy the show, definitely make sure leave us a comment, reviews, all that stuff. Subscribe on YouTube, all the fun stuff that we do. We're gonna try to get back to dropping new episodes every Tuesday. I think that's about it, guys. Let them know how they can find you outside of the show.
You can find me at Keith the Sneak with 2 Ks at the end on Instagram, Oh, my Twitter too. Back up. I forgot about that. I still need to hop on the Twitter more. Facebook. I got a Gmail if you want to hit me up. Reach out in the comments. You want to send me an email? Yeah, that's about it.
I mean, you can find me, where all the things are. Smooth as eggs, industry special. Hopefully, it's Gemini season, June. We can get the guys to come on out for a baseball game. We're for sure, obviously, going to do July 3rd. But yeah. So, like I said, Smooth as eggs, industry special. Hopefully, you can catch us at a baseball game. I try to go to every one I can if I'm off work. So, also the Discord server, Sneaker History.
Yeah, it'll be the first link wherever you're watching this or listening to it. You can find me at Nick Ingval on all the platforms. But more importantly, follow us at Crown and Stitch everywhere. We're going to get back into this. We're going to hopefully meet some of you in person. Also, shout out to the people that, even though we were off, hit us up and supporting us, asking when we were coming back, because we collectively text about that multiple times, and just want to say thank you all for doing that, because it really does mean a lot to have you guys supporting us and just giving us words of encouragement, because life happens, and that kind of stuff is what keeps us going. So we appreciate y'all. Thanks for rocking with us. We'll catch you on the next episode. Peace.
Love all y'all. Peace.